Hey y'all, it's your girl Ashley Camille here at Fifth House Bloom. I am a diviner using astrology, tarot, oracle channel, and whatever I need to get the message to offer you divination-based strategy and intuitive guidance for handling all of life's ups and downs. I am here to channel a message for Taurus season. So if you are new here, welcome. If you've been waiting for me to drop a video, thank you for coming back. Y'all, I am so out of practice and out of season. Okay. This probably like the fifth time that I have even tried to do this video just to make it through the introduction, but we're going to keep it pushing. We will show up. Perfection is not required. Okay. All that being said is that I have already pulled our oracle cards, although there is a new one I'm feeling that I need to get from this deck. No, not that deck. All right. At this time, I welcome forth the power and the presence of the elevated guides who can assist me in delivering this message. I ask that you open up our ears so that we hear the truth of liberation. I ask that you open up our minds so that we may bloom. I ask that you open up our hearts so that we may embrace our divinity. Ask for assistance in delivering this message with clarity, empathy, and ease. I give thanks. What is the additional message that you wanted to provide? King tide, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. Let me show you the other cards. We have the rainbow. Let it go and follow the stream. So when I started to tap into the energy of this, I did feel a sense of heaviness, and potentially like connected to a loss, right? Either a loss, a disappointment, something not working out as it was intended. Okay. And so right now it feels like we are either going through that or on the process of being on the other side, right? Like this thing has come to its completion or it is coming to its completion. And now we're left with the aftermath, right? And while it might not feel like it, I was about to say yet, but I want to acknowledge that there might still be a pain or a disappointment or upset with that. But it has created the opportunity for something to take shape and take form within a different way. That is truly a gift, that is truly in alignment, that is truly something that will be of benefit to us. Okay. And so for some of us, it was coming through as like handling it in three different ways, right? For some of us, one, it's not letting it go. It's staying in the energy of that thing. It's trying to pull that thing back to us, right? So if this were a relationship, this is calling that person, asking, can you all get back together, right? This is going to all the places that remind you of this relationship or remind you of that person, right? This is reading all of the old text messages, right? And while that might feel comforting or feel like the nostalgia, or it's just trying to stop the discomfort of the separation and of the ending. Right now, we need to be making and taking actions to be severing our ties to that energy, right? And so again, sticking with the relationship example, although this could be like people, any kind of relationship, this could be any kind of circumstance, this could be any kind of thing. Right now, we're being called to create space between it, energetically and physically. Okay. So if this is sticking with the relationship example, then that means right now there just need to be a period of like no contact, right? That means right now we need to stop going to them places that remind you of your boo. Okay. That means now we are allowing space for the grief to happen. We are allowing for the ending to occur, right? That's one set of handling this. The other is almost like a bypassing, almost like a non-acknowledgement of the significance of this loss, the significance of this disappointment. Okay. And that's a trying to distract ourselves, right? And trying to jump right into the next thing without giving time for an integration of these lessons. And so the risk was with this is not only missing the opportunity of this new thing that is trying to present itself, but taking these old habits, taking these old patterns and the same way of being into this thing, right? And so keeping ourselves in the same thing, but putting like a new shirt on it or something like that. What else? What else? And then there was another version of like, oh, nope, we talked about that. Okay. So what I want to stress is that in both of these scenarios, there has to be space and there has to be intentionality for the process of grieving and release. Okay. Because we have the rainbow here. So there is a gift. And then when we have, am I supposed to read King Tide? Okay, I'm supposed to read King Tide. We have a gift that wants to come through, but we do have to be prepared to receive it. We have to be able to recognize it. We have to be able to allow it to start to take shape. And right now, by either holding on too tightly to what is supposed to be removed or just simply bypassing the process of the grief, of the acknowledgement, we risk missing this opportunity that is trying to come in to us. All right, let me read King Tide, and then we're going to pull some cards. 96. Plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life, an especially high tide that occurs several times a year when the moon is either new or full and is closest to the earth in its monthly orbit. The king tide swells the waters of the world. The king tide is a time of plenty and abundance. Yes, Taurus season. It's my favorite one. It's a time when everything seems to be at its fullest and most alive. The card delivers a message of receiving all that you created, of opening yourself up to truly enjoy the bounty of where you are while it's here. Like in summer when the days are at their longest and our energy seems to be at its fullest, we're encouraged to embrace all of life with open arms, to receive wholly and fully while we can. Perhaps we've been working towards this moment for a very long time. This is your reminder to enjoy it while it's here, to welcome all that knocks on your door, to experience all that life has to offer to you right now. This is a card of full blooming flowers in the season of summer. Enjoy the fruit of your labor. Lie on the soft grass and take in the view. Do what you love and what makes you come most alive. Relish everything about this moment. What you're longing for is ready for you to embrace it. Be ready to receive it. And I do, and I will, and we will. Okay. So, this is an energy of what we are preparing ourselves for. Right. And so during Taurus season, a lot of these opportunities for this fullness, for this wholeness, for this joy will present themselves. And what it is feeling like is that it's giving us a new energetic signature and access to our desires in a way that we didn't had prior to what was lost. Okay. So this feels like the energy of what we are moving into, the start of it, the seeds by that exploration. And so that follow the stream, it's almost like yes, thank you, that's language. How a stream will lead into a lake, or how a stream might lead into an ocean, to a bigger body, and we are being encouraged to be on this trail. Oh, thank you. And with it being water, part of it is the release of these emotions, the release of these energetic attachments, so that we are making room for the new as we follow on this trail. Okay. And again, it is a pacing. It is a baby steps. And even in that energy of like baby steps, it's the exploration, right? I don't want you to be discouraged if it's not feeling like all of that, like the king tide immediately. You're like, well, damn, Ashley, you said I'm supposed to be blooming. And you are. Even thinking about the way that a flower opens, it's steady, right? It's paced. It's taking in more of the sun with each passing moment. And that's what you're doing here. Okay. That's what you're doing here. So it's a twofold process, right? And it will give us more certainty and it will give us more clarity on what this abundance, what this wholeness, what this new thing is, will look like for us down the road. Okay. Let me get some tarot cards to get some more specific information. Mm-hmm. But this is definitely a time of receiving judgment. Oh my goodness. We have the world in reverse and then the two of swords. Give me a second. I'm going to take my time. Oh, there's another card from the deck. Thank you. Four of Thunder. Four of Swords in the traditional deck. This pause, this rest, this period of allowing for a rejuvenation or a restoration is significant. Y'all, it's a rainbow. Our first card. Yes, thank you. Give me a second. This, especially with Taurus season, quite literally could be rest. Quite literally could be being more intentional with, the care of our body and our habits and our routines, okay, in order to support us. But again, outside of that, it's looking at where do I need to pause what is interfering with my ability to receive. There's a mindset thing here or mentality that is making it difficult for some of us to be gifted and I mean to like receive, to get. There is a feeling of or a message around deservedness. And so if this is resonating in any way, to check that, right? So almost feeling like whatever this original disappointment might have been or whatever this loss, there's some sense of blaming the self, right? And that could simply just be regret. But I need you to know, and what we're being asked to do, that there is a difference between accountability and blame. You deserve all the gifts that are coming. You deserve all the gifts that are coming. And so for some, and I'm picking on that with this Two of Swords, we have to be careful of not blocking our blessings, of not blocking the gifts, of not feeling like if somebody is coming to you and they're like, hey, I got this for you, da, 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 you're turning it down because you don't feel like, it's something that you deserve. That's simply not the case. And so there's a piece of here working, acknowledging that, working through it so you don't miss the rainbow that is right at your feet. And that's coming through with this world in reverse as well. Can you give me some more information about that? Or how we can work through the block? We have strength that was just sitting here. Tell me more, please. Give me a second. Looking for information or actions for us to take in order to increase our capacity to experience and to receive more. Each of us will have our own individual way of doing so. But at the core, it's what reminds us of who the fuck we are. What supports and what is the evidence that we are divine and deserving? So we have temperance and then justice at the bottom of the deck. Give me a second, because this is important. What experiences, what people, what places, what words, what actions, what outfits remind you that you the shit? Remind you that you are deserving and that you are worthy. Okay? So this might be affirmation work. This might be therapy. This might be working with nurturing, the actual nurturing of your inner child. This might be the care and the habits that you have, feeding yourself in a way that reflects your worthiness, moving in a way that reflects your worthiness, working and resting in a way that does so too, right? This is the act of being on our own team. And again, what this is, where this needs to be implemented, and how this happens is going to look different for all of us, but it's bringing back that awareness. Okay. I know for certain, let me give like a personal example or things like that. That would be my friends, right? They don't let me talk shit about myself. They don't let me talk shit about myself. So if I'm having a moment, I don't even need to tell my friends. Like if I'm calling, I'm feeling disappointment, or if I'm speaking in a way that's not reflective of who they know me to be, who they believe I am, like my fullest, most powerful self, they are going to interrupt me. They are not going to let me speak that way about myself, right? And they're going to remind me of who the fuck I am. And so that's one of my tools, right? If I'm ever feeling stuck, or if I'm ever moving in a way that's against myself, that's not reflective of, what I deserve, one of my friends is going to call me out. Okay. And so we're thinking about that in a way, where else can you find that, or you need that within your life? How can you do this and how can you implement this? So again, you are not blocking blessings, and you are able to receive the gifts that are intended for you. Again, with the thank you, a reminding again for this period of healing. Thank you, okay? This period of rest, this period of healing, whatever challenge or wound that happened. I'm going to read Let It Go. $100. Release the past, forgive, soften, move forward, and self-forgiveness. Okay. This came up a little bit about that part of like, oh, was this my fault? Oh, I wish I would have done it differently. Yeah, we're taking accountability if this is applies, right? We are reflecting on how we showed up, but that's so that we can take that and move forward differently. Take that and move in a way that is more in integrity with who we are becoming, right? Take that as the lessons, not a blame, and definitely not a punishment of self. That's what this justice is. Thank you. Some of us are trying to punish ourselves for what was lost, right? When what we should be doing is caring for ourselves, right? Holding ourselves with kindness. All right. Change is one of the most difficult things for our heart and mind to accept. Maybe you're on the brink of an ending, a hurt, or a loss, or perhaps you've experienced an ending in the past, but are still carrying the pain within your heart and your mind. Just as the shoreline doesn't try to hold on to the sea, this card comes with, babe, let me read that again. Just as the shoreline doesn't try to hold on to the sea, let it go. This card comes with encouragement to begin the process of letting go. Letting go is rarely something that happens in an instant. More often, it's a process that can take days, weeks, months, or even years. The process always begins with a willingness and a wanting to be free of what once was. This came up at the beginning, okay? And so that's where, and it is okay to be at this point of the process. Also, stop beating yourself up if you're not getting over it quick enough. All right. That is not the case. We are honoring, we are holding that grief, we are holding that pain with kindness and with self-compassion. Okay. And at the same time, we are doing what we need to do to release ourselves from it. All right. Holding on to an emotion such as sorrow, anger, or disappointment is a normal part of the process. And in order to be free of it, we must first feel it fully. Emotions are feelings in motion. They're not meant to be stagnant. Water is the same. It wants you to move and flow. When we allow our emotions to be there fully, they rarely last as long as they would do if we repressed them. When we avoid endings for whatever reason, the symbolic water within us can build up and become stagnant. Call upon the water within you to flow freely. Let the dam walls of the past hurt come tumbling down. Let the water within you travel out into the world. Let them find their way past stones and riverbanks. New streams are calling you forth. Yes, let the ocean call you home. What are you willing to let go of? Okay. And so I could have just read that and could have did the whole reading, right? But with this temperance, with this strength, with this justice, all of this is direction for after we have experienced this loss, coming into our fullness, coming into the world, coming into what is available to us. Okay. And so this is that process of healing. This is that process of letting it grow. Oh, okay, so this person is pregnant. The new thing wants to emerge. It wants to emerge. It is waiting on us after our process of healing, releasing, and embracing the new for the new lessons. Give me a second. Is there something else? Is there anything else? Okay. It feels like there's something else. Oh, from the affirmation deck. Let's see. I've never got directions to pull like just affirmations. So there may be some support for us in here, some more directions moving forward. But again, like this is going to apply to all of us in its own unique way. So please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But the biggest emphasis here right now is really like preparing ourselves to be able to receive. Give me the card, please. Just give it to me. I am love. I may not have always made the right choices, but I did my best. I have so much love to give, and everyone around me can feel it. I am giving clean slate every single day to be the best version of me that I can be. I am forgiven. I am love. Okay. Hold this with you. Again, this is that reminder who the fuck you are, what the fuck you deserve. Let me watch my mouth. And clearing the slate each and every time with the lessons, right? Again, we are not bypassing. This is our intentional expansion for more by releasing what no longer serves us, what no longer burdens us, what no longer is available to us, so that we can have the abundance that is in store for us. All right, that is the message for the Taurus season. You can find me here on Substack and YouTube, and I will be posting additional guidance using astrology in order to support us with this process through the Taurus season. All right, y'all. I return this energy to you.